But then I got to figure out if anyone. Oh wait, admit. That should work. Can you hear me, Sammy?
Yes. Can you hear me?
You know what? I can't hear you, so I think I have to do um,
But your
audio
audio
monitoring, and I
doesn't
was
sound good.
expecting this. All right, can you? Now I can hear you.
Great. Now
So
can
now
the
that
stream?
yeah, so now the trick is could the stream hear both of us, and if my audio's not crazy, because now I sound weird to me because I'm monitoring the audio, so I hear myself like a reverb. But I have to monitor the audio in order to hear you.
Ah.
But I'm not using loopback. I'm not using anything other than the Portal TV, my ATEM Mini, which you could replace with any capture card, and
Yeah.
Ecamm with auto monitoring. That way I can hear you. And then let me show you the demo. That way you could see the little
So they can
configuration here.
hear me and we don't have any echo.
So if they could hear you, there ain't no echo, then my hack works fine.
I have a
Because,
great idea that is even cheaper. If you're using a ATEM,
oh, you could use
you
any
could
capture
get
card. You could use any capture
or
card.
any capture card. The only reason I say ATEM is they have one flexibility feature is you can connect a monitor like an output or something and put headphones in. So that could be
Oh,
another option.
oh yeah, I could probably connect my headphones to the ATEM because I am using the ATEM. And then
Yeah, so then you could
yeah,
hear direct,
yeah.
but really this is a cheaper option than loopback.
And that's the thing. To me, once I explain this, it's simpler. It's simpler than loopback because loopback I've seen videos. It just confuses me and I stop. So if you look at my Ecamm here, all I did was add another audio source and I made it the Black Magic. This is how your audio is coming through. So every time you talk, this should jump. That's the audio hack. And then because it's a capture card, I'm just bringing it in as a camera overlay. So if you see
I,
here, you see the Black Magic's a
okay.
camera overlay. So right now, we could probably have 20 people join this call and it should just work.
Now my question is why didn't you do this with NDI? Because you could potentially do this with NDI.
In which way? You mean bringing the Portal TV in through NDI? The Portal
No, you
TV
could.
doesn't do NDI.
No, I know that, but I meant was couldn't you bring another Zoom call?
Well, here's the trick. Here's the trick. To me, a lot of people, what they're doing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're opening another window in their same computer and then they're just screen capturing it. And to me, that could cause a lot of
Yes,
audio
or they
issues.
get Zoom NDI.
Zoom NDI, I've never heard of Zoom NDI.
No, 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 I mean Zoom ISO. I mean.
Well, see, this thing is Zoom ISO you have to pay for.
Oh, true. So this is the budget
So this
version.
is the budget way. And you know why I say budget? If you're not familiar with what a Portal TV is, I got another one sitting here on the side because, you know me, I'm in IT. I play around with tech. The company I work for, they use these for their conference rooms now to save money. So I've installed probably about 10 of these things.
That's amazing.
And here's the other thing I find interesting. You have
What?
the portal, which Kat and several people have said that it's a hack for you to get like 1080p on Zoom. This
Yeah.
is this is the same thing, but this is the one that's designed to go on top of your TV. So this is, and I gotta remember, this is a Portal TV. It's a physical device. It's probably like 120 bucks right now, and it's got HDMI. So you literally just go HDMI to a capture card to your computer, and you just bring it in as a camera overlay. That's it. There is no routing, all this crazy audio. There's no doing nothing. Now, there is one trick in the portal itself. And I'm going to show you that right now, which is, let me get out of demo mode so I can see better, because I actually am using a monitor over here to preview. That way I have a bigger
Yeah.
screen for my control. But if you look over here in the more, and then we go into settings, this is the trick. You have to go into where it says speaker, and you have to make sure it says HDMI audio. That way it's not just doing the video through the HDMI cable, it's doing the audio through the HDMI cable. If not, it's the audio is just going to come out of the speakers. And this thing actually has microphones and everything, but I think because the way I'm doing this, the built-in mics ain't picking me up. So there is no echo, there's no crazy audio, and I can still use my Shure MV7.
But the Zoom thing doesn't sound the best from the Portal TV. That's the only thing.
Well, that's the thing. You're probably hearing me through the Portal's microphones. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. But in chat, they should be hearing me through here. Well, here's the thing. Let me mute the Shure, and then you could tell me if you could still hear me, because that's the other thing I can't test. So let me mute my Shure.
Yes. Yes. No.
All right, so I'm going to unmute my microphone. So you could hear me even though I mute the MV7, because the MV7 is not feeding through Zoom. The built-in microphone is feeding into Zoom. The Shure MV7's feeding into the stream. Stuart, you couldn't hear me because we were doing audio test. And what it is technically I'm using two microphones. I'm using the Shure MV7, which is going through the stream for you to hear me. But the Shure MV7 is not connected to the Portal TV. The Portal TV has built-in microphones. So even if I mute this microphone, Sammy still could hear me, because the Zoom call is actually listening to my voice through the actual Portal TV. And to me, Sammy, just think about it. To me, that's fine, because the audio should be more important in the stream, not the Zoom call. The Zoom call is just to get all of you guys in. Now, as long as I sound good in the stream, you sound good in the stream, it's not that important, at least to me, that I sound good to you, because chances are you're my guest, or like in Lala's situation, you're one of my crafty friends. But think about it. To me, yes, it's a little bit of an investment. It's like $130 for this. And
no,
let's say you get a
20 now.
Oh, it's $80 now? Oh my God. It just keeps getting cheaper. So for about $100 for this and a cheap capture card, no loopback, no craziness, you could do a Zoom call and bring everybody in. Now, if you notice at the top left, you got that little symbol. Obviously, you could crop that out. I'm not modifying anything else. You could crop that out if you wanted to clean it up a little bit. If you wanted to make this a smaller screen and do your, your little borders and all that stuff, you could do that. Because, I mean, I can move this around and look, very easily drop this down. I just crop that out.
Yes.
So now it looks a little bit cleaner. You don't got that little green dot up there.
Cleaner.
But now I know the audio hack works. So there's three things. Was it three things? There's three things you have to do. One, in the Portal TV, you have to set the speaker to HDMI. In Ecamm, you have to add the second microphone and make sure it's the capture card that you're using for the Portal TV. And the third one is, in Ecamm, you have to do audio monitoring, which, if you're not familiar, it's right here. Audio monitoring going into my headset. That way it doesn't bleed out into the stream. So I'm glad
I have
it works.
an idea
Yeah.
for you.
What's that?
I know Do you have a USB hub or dock?
I have a CalDigit dock.
Because I saw that the little device has a USB-C port, so you might be able to plug in your camera if it had a USB-C or a microphone.
Well, you can't plug in a camera or a microphone into the Portal TV. The Portal TV is 100% its own device.
Oh,
You can't connect anything to it. The thing is, it's already got a decent camera. The
and
microphone's not horrible, you know. It's not one of these, but it's not horrible. But if we're utilizing it just for communication between the guest, and not only that,
yeah,
we could be in a scene where I have both of them muted. Like right now, I believe, and we're gonna test this. If I mute the both microphones, let me go back into demo mode because this is another test. If I mute both of these, will me and you still hear each other?
yes,
So it's not like interview mode where we could set a scene where we could talk and no one could hear us. They're always going to hear you in order for me to hear you because I cannot mute the black magic. So you can't mute the capture card. Someone said Meta Portal TV. Yes, this is this is the Meta Portal TV, but it was before it was Meta. Because I've had these Portal TVs before Meta became Meta. But I think this is a good little hack for people that one don't really want to spend the money on something like loopback, or like me, I can't wrap my head around all that. Connect this to this, route this to this, make sure you do this. And well, there's so many people complaining that, oh, it was working fine yesterday, it's not working now. I don't know how I messed up my loopback, this, and that. I'm not using loopback at all.
yeah,
So every time I finish a stream, every time I finish a recording, I go into the file and I replay it. And because this is going to Facebook, as soon as I stop the stream, I'm actually going to go into the group and watch it through Facebook. 'Cause to me, to me, the recording's probably going to be great, but is the stream? I want to see what the stream
yes.
looked like.
Totally.
All right. Well, I'm good. Unless there's something you want to say or test, we're good to go. It looks like it's
I
working.
think we're ready.
All right.
Bye, Victor.
All right. Have a good one, Sammy. And now you get a little look at the Portal TV here. So it's just it's just the Zoom app in there. It's got a couple things that you can mess with if you want to. You got Paramount, some web browser, but to me that's going to be awkward to use with a remote. There's a Workplace Prime TV, a couple other things. It's got Netflix. But yeah. And I mean, sometimes I use it as a single camera. So I make it look like I just have an additional camera. So I'll just come in here and I'll just start a call and it'll just be me. So I'll just say this is one of my 12 cameras. So use it the way you want. But I think it's cool. All right. Let's come over here. And that's going to be it for now.